Have you ever gone walking in the jungle? It's a vast, deep place, so easy to get lost in. You may walk down a path, but that path will split, and the path you choose will split again. And soon you won't remember where you started from, where you are, or how to get back. Then, when you're most lost, you'll find me, or me, or me, or me. And like the many paths of the jungle, time will split as well. And the path you take in the jungle determines the path you take in the timeline. You never know what you'll find along the path. The path you've chosen so far has kept you safe, kept you in the jungle, where you want to stay. You have friends, you have family. It's such an interesting place to live. But now the jungle has gotten dangerous for a human like you. The tiger has returned, and he seeks to kill humans. For sport? For revenge? No one's quite sure, as the only reason he gives is that it's his right as the rightful lord of the jungle. Many animals are wary or suspicious of humans anyway, and don't take too kindly to them, even if you're friends with some of the animals. And even further, the apes have been acting up lately. The crocodiles have been forming an army and stealing their bananas, and, well, quite frankly, it's a big mess. Everyone agrees you would be safer living in a human village. You don't want to leave, confident you can deal with a silly old tiger. One evening, you go out for a stroll with a friend named Bagheera. He's a down-to-earth panther who knows much about the ways of the jungle. You stroll late, and when you suggest heading back, Bagheera says you aren't going back. He's going to bring you to a human village. You argue with him over it. He's obstinate, you're adamant, and you don't get much anywhere. It's too late to go back home tonight anyway, and Bagheera insists on stopping to rest for the evening. He suggests a tall tree to climb, saying it'll be safer up there. You look up and furrow your brow. The tree is pretty tall. It has a big branch up high, but very few lower down that you could climb up. A nearby tree has lower branches within reach, and without a word, you walk to that one and climb up. Bagheera sighs and climbs up the tree he chose. Perhaps you both need some alone time. One of you will get it. You jump from branch to branch, most lower ones small enough to pull your arm around. It's dark, but the full moon's light trickles through the leaves. You sniff a sweet scent hanging on the tree. It's relaxing, and you slow down, enjoying the flowery scent. You spy Bagheera swiftly climbing the nearby tree, and your anger returns. You climb faster to show you're more than capable of making it in the jungle. You reach a thick branch on the side opposite of that facing Bagheera, wide around as the reach of your limbs, and slump against the tree to brood. You know you could look out for yourself. You don't need Bagheera's help or anyone else. You could make it on your own, traveling the jungle, dodging danger, and meeting new friends. Sure, the jungle is dangerous, but you're not afraid one bit. You can handle anything that might come your way. No problem. You recline against the rough bark and try to work out a way to stay in the jungle. Maybe you could prove to Bagheera you can make it on your own. If you save his life, he would owe you a favor, right? How would you save his life, though? Maybe it'd just be easier to run off. At a scraping sound, you glance up. Someone else is in the tree. As the leaves rustle, you tense up to prepare for whatever is up there. You won't let anyone catch you off guard. Who's this? All alone in a tree? A human face comes down from the leaves, features smooth and smiling to you. Her long hair flows past her, and she pulls it aside to look at you with gleaming eyes. This is where I come in. You start to relax at the sight of another human, though you cautiously wonder where I came from. But you tense up again at the sight past my slim human figure where, rather than hips leading to legs, a thick, scaly tail snakes into the leaves above. I lower myself to your branch and rest my upper tail on it, nearly as thick as the branch itself. You peer at me and cautiously ask if I'm a Lamia. You've heard tales of Lamias, although the stories varied wildly, and you were never sure how much was a myth. I nod and rub my chin. You're a sharp one. My face drops in concern. But you're just a human, aren't you? What are you doing out here? It's dangerous in the jungle alone. You cross your arms and look away and say, I can take care of myself. I move closer, face and voice dripping with concern. But a tiger could climb up and attack you. You say, I'm not afraid of some striped orange furball. You try to ignore my concern, but can't help but notice how nice I'm being, how pretty I look. It's hard to stay angry when someone so wonderful is so near. I say, monkeys could come and pluck you away. I can handle those jokers. A barbershop quartet of vultures could make you sing with them. You look at me, eyes wide in surprise, and say, wait, does that sort of thing happen? I smile and look closer and say, oh yes. You never know what you might see deep in the jungle. You find irresistible thoughts about my beauty fill your head. My hair sparkles like moonlight. My eyes shine like sunlight. My long tail glistens like dew. A relaxing tingle spreads from your head when you look at me, and you gaze closer, wanting to lean into this tingling. You have to keep your guard up to avoid the jungle's dangers, I say. I creep closer, leaning forward, and you lean into my face. I am so fascinating. You've never met anyone like me, which makes sense, as you've never met a Lamia. But there's something more. When you look at me, you feel like you could breathe out all your worries and drift away. Why? If you're not careful, someone could just come right up to you. I hold your arms and look at you. You realize my eyes are flashing colors, the prettiest swirl of colors you've ever seen. You stare with eyes wide, wanting the beautiful colors to enter your eyes. Your mouth drops open as my eyes become all you can focus on. The dark jungle grows darker and blurry as only I come into focus. And before you realize it, I put my hands on your shoulders, my bare shoulders arched high. I sway my head, and you follow, as if on an invisible leash, your sleepy eyes locked onto my beautiful eyes. Yes, someone could come right up to you, and before you realize it, she's hypnotizing you. You really don't fully realize it, even as the colors in my eyes ripple out and obscure the world around you. Something seems wrong about what's happening, but all your senses are telling you that everything is right. It's hard to hold on to the thought that something is wrong. It's easier to slide into the thoughts that everything is right. You feel relaxed, soothed, a little mushy and heavy, and above all, good. You like me. Of course you like me. You feel I'm so nice and friendly and melodious. I'm stunningly beautiful. My swirling eyes and utter splendor. You can't think of any reason not to stare. It feels so right and so perfect to just gaze at me and think of nothing else. Yes, I tell you with a grin. She could slide right up and hypnotize you, and you wouldn't even know it. She could even tell you that she's hypnotizing you, and there's nothing you could do. I pull away slightly, and you float forward, so your back is no longer against the tree. You're not sure what I'm saying. Hypnotizing? You feel you should look away, but more and more feelings grow that you should never pull your gaze from me. Silken scales slide over your thighs, scraping and massaging along your skin. Muscles soft and cool, like a soapy stream squeeze around your waist in a rising, thickening, comforting hug. And while you're unrealizingly being hypnotized, I say, she could begin to wrap you up with her tail, starting low and coiling her way up. I sway before you, and you follow, your head and body dragged along, allowing me to smoothly wind my tail around you. You wonder what I'm talking about, but your mind wanders. The soft squeezing rubs your back as my tail climbs to your chest, pinning your arms close. My scales grow thick around your waist, coils as thick as your waist, and thicker still. My coils heavily pull you down into a further daze, and yet I prop you up, freeing you from supporting your own body and letting you relax. She could tell you she's hypnotizing you, I say. Tell you of her soft tail coiling higher towards your neck, softly holding you in place as she sways your sleepy head and sways your mind into her spell. But even if you could realize what was happening, it would be too late. Your eyelids waver as your mouth twitches into a smile. The world fills with my beautiful colors, and only I exist. Nothing else matters. I say, she could tell you every detail, explain everything she's doing, but you would be unable to do anything. My caressing coils reach your neck and softly squeeze tight. As my scaly muscles squish over you, your eyes pop open, and a beaming smile stretches across your face. You'd be unable to do anything. I lean closer and brush your lips with mine. Anything but love it. I lock our lips together in a kiss as your eyes are locked to mine in hypnosis, melting away any remaining thoughts that aren't bliss and love. Every word I speak is a melody, harmonizing with the hypnosis. It doesn't matter what I say, it only serves to pull you deeper, deeper into my embrace, deeper into my spell, deeper into the jungle with me. Stay in the jungle with me. The jungle is dangerous, but it's also a wonderful place where a beautiful Lamia can appear and whisk you off into bliss forever.